Alright, welcome back. So in this video we're going to talk about SharePoint. So manage site collections, list and library permissions, file storage, and sharing. So let's go ahead and let's click on SharePoint. So with this one, this is going to be kind of a brief summary. I'm going to dive as deep as I can, but I'm also going to keep it kind of brief because there's a lot of stuff to go through with SharePoint. So if I click on show all, oh, I guess that's all they have on there. I'm stunned. I thought there'd be more. Okay, so what is SharePoint, Josh? I'm trying to figure out what this is and why I should care about this. Okay, well, we are going to do a deeper dive into this in a different section. Okay, but I do want to go kind of over an overview of this. Okay, so you have the home page here, but that's not answering my question. What is SharePoint? Okay, well, I'll explain it to you right now. I want you to think of SharePoint as a OneDrive hard drive, like kind of OneDrive. Okay, so if you know what OneDrive is, it's a cloud-based storage for your files. If you don't know what it is, OneDrive is a cloud-based storage area for your files, but it's for personal files. So for example, if you have employee 1, they have a OneDrive account. Employee 2 has a OneDrive account. Employee 3 has a OneDrive account. Where am I getting with this? Okay, well, let's say that you were to blend those three together. That's SharePoint. Essentially what SharePoint is SharePoint is a central location where you can put all of your organization's files. Okay, and what you can do is set certain permissions. So again, I'm going to do a deeper dive later, but I'll give you a quick example of that. There are certain permissions that you can do, and this is a personal experience that I had working at a company, and they had thousands of files, and they all had different permissions on those files. So like Microsoft Word, Excel, they all had different permissions. So when I tell you you need to have a uniform system for everything that you're doing, this is why. Because if you just have a free-for-all and people are allowed to change it and have whatever settings that they want on their files, it creates a real headache. Okay, the best way to deal with sensitive information that you don't want people to see is to set policies or permissions for only certain people to be able to see those. So for example, if they are in the executive group, let's say, then you give them access to an executive folder. Okay? If they're in marketing, you have a marketing folder. If they're in sales, you have a sales folder. And then you have an HR folder, and then you have a company folder, which means these are transparent. This is transparent information that everybody can see. Okay? That's really what SharePoint is. SharePoint is, again, a central location for all your information. Okay? So there's that. Now, let's talk about sites real quick. So you have active sites, and then you have deleted sites. Okay, and you can see here we have an all company site, we have a communication site, and then a personal site. Policies, we have sharing, so you can go through here and kind of set all this up for whatever you want, but we'll do that more in depth in the SharePoint section. Access control, unmanaged devices, idle session sign out, network location, apps that don't use modern authentication, block access from Office 2010, and other apps that can enforce device-based restrictions. Okay, then we have settings. So we have the default admin center, notifications, pages, site creation, site storage limits, notifications for OneDrive, retention, storage limit, and then sync. Okay, and then content services. So we have term store, and then we have content type gallery. Okay. We have migration. So you can, for file shares, use Migration Manager to copy on-premises file shares to Microsoft 365. Box, you can use Migration Manager to access what content you have in your Box account. Google Workspace, Dropbox, SharePoint, for SharePoint Server 2010, 2013, and 2016. Okay, use the SharePoint migration tool to copy content from SharePoint Server to Microsoft 365. And then for cloud environments, use Mover to copy content from one cloud services to Microsoft 365. Okay, so these are these are migration managers or migration manager. These apps give you the ability to migrate content from different cloud-based and other tools. You can migrate your data over. Okay, so let's look at more features. So we have term store, user profile, search, apps, BCS, secure store, records management, info path, and then hybrid picker. Okay, and then classic site collections page. Okay, okay, and it was removed 1/1/21. So Microsoft moved it. Thank you, Microsoft. Um, OneDrive Admin Center. Okay, so you can also manage OneDrive right from here, and they have home, sharing, sync, storage, device access, compliance, notifications, and data migration. But again, we'll do a deeper dive into that in the SharePoint section. Okay, so that's SharePoint Admin Center. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.